down to the tax game. The birds to the crown. Losers pay taxes, we take rebates, cause we make the rules for the corporate state, and it's fair. Slam through the loophole. We always win what a game. We're the one, yes, the 1%, and we have no shame.
I'll never fully trust baseball owners. They've just done too much too often. Even as we hear reports of potential free agent signings and clubs discussing their interest in improving their clubs, I'm always skeptical because they're always aware of the bottom line. The idea of Major League Baseball attempting to do everything possible to keep salaries down is not at all a new idea. The first salary-saving measures came back in 1880 with the introduction of the reserve clause. This clause essentially tied a player to one team for life, allowing teams to sign players to perpetual one-year contracts for the duration of their career. Under this rule, players were only allowed to change teams if traded or released by their current clubs. This business model lasted until 1975, when Marvin Miller and the Major League Baseball Players Union had the rule overturned through arbitration. This ushered in a new era of free agency. Free agency had the desired effect for players. Players were granted newfound freedoms and were able to sign with whomever they chose. This option, of course, drove up salaries due to teams wanting to sign the best players. It lasted in pure form until 1985, when things finally came to a head. Enter collusion. In 1985, baseball execs and owners held a series of meetings where they discussed exercising fiscal responsibility in terms of free agency and the way money is being spent. The idea of teams avoiding the free agent market began to take shape at a meeting in St. Louis in October of 1985. Lee MacPhail, the then director of the Players Relations Committee, asked that teams, quote, exercise more self-discipline, unquote, and, quote, resist the temptation to give in to unreasonable demands of experienced marginal players, unquote. This scheme went all the way to the top and was discussed at the general managers' meetings the next month. Commissioner Peter Ueberroth told the GMs that signing players to long-term contracts was simply dumb. At the winter meetings in San Diego that winter, the idea of fiscal responsibility was again preached to ownership. A 62-player list of free agents was circulated to all teams, and a message was sent to avoid the free agent market at all cost. If all teams participated in the plan, the thinking was the free agent market would no longer be free, but would actually be controlled by the teams. So, not one offer was tendered to a free agent from a rival team. In 1986, star players such as Kirk Gibson, Tommy John, and Phil Niekro did not receive offers from other teams. Carlton Fisk received one offer from the Yankees, but that was withdrawn after a conversation between Big George and Jerry Reindorf of the White Sox. In 1987, it was the same story with only 4 free agent signings, the biggest name of which, Andre Dawson, took a pay cut to change teams. A blank check was involved. Jack Morris of the Detroit Tigers, Tim Raines, Montreal Expos, Ron Guidry, New York Yankees, Bob Boone, California Angels, and Doyle Alexander, Atlanta Braves, all had to return to their old clubs. No offers. They should have all been big money free agents. In 1988, the owners tried a different tactic, where they shared salary offer information with each other to ensure everybody knew who was offering what and to whom. This ensured the member clubs continued not to spend on free agents and gave the illusion of a free market. The Players Association caught wind of what was happening and filed a grievance outlining their concerns. After 11 months of trial and investigation, the owners were found guilty of colluding against the players and were forced to pay $280 million in damages. Final payouts were completed in 1993. The question has always been this: why is this not considered the biggest scandal in baseball history? The owners made a conscious effort not to improve their clubs. They made a conscious effort to not go after that key free agent that might have put them over the top or got them into the playoffs. Basically, this was an agreement to render the pennant race irrelevant. As good teams stayed good, everybody else couldn't get any better. It violates the rule of competition, and it was cheating the fans. It was cheating the reporters. It was cheating everyone. Steroid era, the first concern discussed is always the integrity of the numbers and records. The standings of the mid to late 80s need to stand under the same scrutiny. Surely the standings announcements of games would have been different had free agency actually been allowed to occur. The owners have made this up to the players. But have they really made it up to the fans? This is baseball's dirty secret from the past. Baseball's buried this story, but it's an important one to tell whenever the topic of players not trusting owners is ever discussed, because players have their reason. We talked about the steroid era, we talked about the dead ball era. There's one more era that must be discussed, the collusion era. I'm Andrew McDonough.